Bill Russell, the cornerstone of the Boston Celtics dynasty, the all-time winningest champion in the history of American professional sports with 11 titles, died last Sunday. The Hall of Famer was 88 years old. And this has me thinking, we'll get to the legacy stuff in a little bit. I heard a lot of conjecture this week, a lot of speculation about whether the NBA should retire the number 6 for what Russell stands for, both on the court as a champion, off the court as a social justice warrior, and as the league's first ever black head coach. So breaking all of the barriers, breaking all of the records. So should the NBA retire number 6 as a number?
It's interesting. I hadn't thought of that, but one of the references I was going to even talk about is the fact that, Bill Russell didn't exactly break the color line as a player, but he was so early and so impactful and so strong and outspoken at the same time. And then, as you said, the first black head coach, like a lot of his career felt Jackie Robinson-esque to me. And that's what baseball did with him. And, I think the paying homage to Jackie Robinson in baseball has shed a lot of light on something, and it keeps it going like year after year. And year after year, you wonder, why are they wearing 42? Like, what's going on? So I actually quite like it. And I think that's a great idea for the NBA to do something like that, because the things you could highlight via Bill Russell's career on and off the court are super important. Even the idea that kids 20 years from now will be like, oh, who is this guy? He was the greatest team player in the history of basketball, which is something like old men like me always enjoy. Like Bill Russell seems like he was the best teammate in the history of basketball. Maybe not, maybe you get on you or something, but like, when you have someone just so committed to team and winning and having these battles with such like great play, like what I would pay to just be in the building for one of those Wilt Russell battles, just to see it, like how cool. So I love that idea of the permanent 6. I think that's great.
And Bill Russell, just a guy who, I've only like briefly had the encounter for the Legends brunches events that we'd have on the station on NBA radio. The guy's funny as hell, dude. Like, he would be like this, like in like his 80s, old man showing up to everything, which is super cool. Like, he could have been a hermit and not showed up to anything, but just been doing his thing. But he would show up and he would have a barb for everybody. Like, I have more rings than any of you. Michael Jordan, you only have half of the rings that I have. Like, I could kick your ass, So just an all-time great guy. Funny as hell, man.
That's awesome. And dude, it's crazy. Like, is there any player you look at in any sport right now and actually go, oh, I think they could win 11? Like, it seems so far. It's like a Joe DiMaggio type record. It seems like so impossible that anybody's going to get anywhere near that. And, like, especially with the way, professional sports is now and all the movement and the things, like, that's one of those records that's hard to see being broken.